This is the Tier 10 Japanese tech-tree tank destroyer known as the Hori. It is an extremely deadly opponent to fight because not only is it fast, going at 50 kilometers per hour, not only does it have very troll armor, but it also possibly has one of the best guns in Tier 10, with enough penetration to literally butter through any armor in the game. There are only like a couple vehicles, being the 5A hull down and the AMX M4, that can actually withstand a Hori shell, and the new one added to the list is the Concept 1B. But yeah, the Hori is a nasty, nasty vehicle. However, that is not what we're going to be talking about in today's video. We are going to be playing in a tank that makes the Hori's pen almost look bad. It's called the SU-100M1. Just like the Hori, this is a tech tree tank destroyer. It's along the Object 263 line, and it's the Tier 7 in the line. Now, there are a lot of downsides for this vehicle. It has terrible gun depression, only sitting at 2 degrees, Vindicator flashback moments there. And its damage per shot isn't anything ridiculous at 310. However, its standard pen is 230. The standard penetration on this Tier 7 tank destroyer is already regarded high for your average premium pen on Tier 7 vehicles. So, how much premium penetration does this vehicle carry? You know, just 363 millimeters. Yes, you heard that right. This tank has 363 millimeters of heat pen at Tier 7. There is not a single Tier 8 that even has a chance of really bouncing a shell from the SU-100M1. Now sure, there will be troll bounces and there will be over angles, but for the most part, if you have a flat front of an enemy, it's gonna pen no matter what every single time. It's an accurate vehicle, it's got great DPM at almost 2700, it just rocks on everything that you could possibly want for a tank destroyer. It's even fast, going in at 50 kilometers per hour with a great power to weight ratio. As I said though, it has 2 degrees of gun depression, and it has very, very little armor. So you basically sacrifice all of these values just for the gun and the mobility. So here we are on Ghost Factory. I like Ghost Factory. It's not a great map, but it's also not bad. You can get out some really solid games, but let's hope this gun depression does not let us down. Now obviously, against Tier 7s, I mean, our pen is so overkill, it's not even funny. The VK36 and Tiger 131 are probably going to look like Tier 3s when we're aiming at them. But here we go, speed is key. You'll notice that this tank actually is very quick on its acceleration, which is nice. I like vehicles that are able to get in the position, reposition. That's something that I actually really like about this vehicle. Do I think this is a good tank? I'd say it's a 50-50. Because the gun's great, don't get me wrong. I mean, I only carry 6 heat shells because you don't need heat. Your AP is already enough to butter through most Tier 7s and 8s. And if you load the heat, it just negates any armor. But the issue is, the 2 degrees is really bad. I mean, that's all the gun depression you get. And, yeah, it's not great. I'll put it like that. Now, against Tier 6s, we actually have some decent armor. Vehicles like the Fury are actually going to struggle to penetrate my upper plate. However, he did go through with that shell right with a premium shell. But we've already managed to take a pretty hefty chunk of the enemy vehicles. And we're not stopping anytime soon. So we're just going to chill here. Maybe this VK wants to play with us. That gun depression, though, you can see that 2 degrees is really, really trying to let me down. That Fury is about to get absolutely badonkered, and with that, this looks like a pretty easy game so far. Let's get a shell into maybe that AMX 12T. Nice max roll for 388. Let's wiggle that hull, wiggle, 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 and let's get another tap into the AMX. I mean, the pen we have right now is obviously very overkill for what we are using it for. Finish off the T-43. The only vehicle I'm really scared of right now would be a tank like the enemy SU-100Y. I'm trying to squeeze past you, Panzer. Here we go, and yeet. There you go. Nice tap into the VK36. As you can see, we've already managed to pick up around 1800 damage, and we're doing pretty good. I mean, even the turret of this tank, although that was a pretty unfortunate bounce there, you can see just everything, and this is just standard ammo. I mean, it's actually insane. If you load heat, it's even better, although I guess that was spaced armor, so that was my fault for just shooting heat at the spaced armor of that vehicle. We got the SU-100Y right off to the side. Nice tap into that guy for 282, and all that's left is the enemy Tiger, although my SU-100Y wanted to give me a... Okay, dude. Can I please? Can I please? Thank you. Let's make our way over to the Tiger 131, where we can hopefully get a shell out. Aiming and... No, maybe we can hit him in the roof. There you go. Nice tap for 299 into the cupola of his vehicle. And we're going to aim in one more. I mean, it doesn't hurt. So here we go. Aiming and yeet. There you go. So this was a pretty good game. I made a little bit of a mistake there shooting heat shells at the mantlet of the VK-36. Wasn't sure if they'd pen. Obviously, I looked like it would pen. But either way, we still did pretty good. We did 2,635 damage and absolutely did not dominated that battle. We didn't need the pen. Any other tank destroyer could have done it. But it's just that much nicer when you do go up against a tier 8 and you're just like, ah, yes, armor go burr. I mean, the dumbest part about this vehicle is you could actually run this against tier 10s and have a better chance of penetrating other tier 10 heavies than actually vehicles like the Concept 1B, the E100, the IS-7, the 111-5A, and it's down at tier 7. So what do we have in the enemy team? Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's just more about which tanks deal the most damage back to us. So yeah, the SU-122, that's going to be a bit of a deadly vehicle, but apart from that, vehicles like the 45 TP, I mean, normally that thing has like okay armor, but my AP ammo is just going to butter straight through that tank. So speed is key. As we said before, this thing's very quick. We're already going up to our 50km/h top speed, and I'm going to get right into this bush here. We're going to try and get some snaps into the enemy opponents. Now, as you did see last battle, that gun depression is a big letdown. You do not want that gun depression to cause you a very, very quick defeat by, you know, poking somebody that you probably shouldn't be. So we got the Sherman over here, and I'm just going to tap him right through the mantlet. I mean, who cares at that point? There's a bounce from the Comet. This tank actually has some very troll armor. You can see it's got steep angles all over, so it actually does get some pretty decent bounces here and there. We're reloaded. We should have our camouflage reset by now, so let's get maybe another shell into the Sherman Firefly. Boom, there you go, another shell right through that poor guy's mantlet. I mean, we don't even need to load our premium shells, and it still just butters right through. Oof, my gun depression kind of bugged out there, didn't it? Now we got the M41D off to the side here, so yeet. There you go. There's one nice shell into his tank. You can see this thing also has very, very quick traverse speed, which is great. I mean, that means you can get some very nice shells out, although that was a weird shot, wasn't that? We bounced the rear of an M41 Jade. Well, to be honest, this guy, he's not doing great anymore. In fact, he is no longer more. So, yeah, I don't really worry about too much of the M41. I don't know why that guy did that, but hey, it gave me some damage and one less opponent to deal with. Make a little snap on that SU. Didn't pen, but oh no, guess we'll just continue driving on up. I mean, when we aim at this guy, you can see it literally just looks like he has no armor. I mean, it's stupid. And this is with my AP as well. I've needed to load our premium ammunition. So, goodbye. There's a nice shot into you for 303. And I don't even want him to shoot me. We're going to use that good mobility to stop him from turning. And all we got left is the 45 TP and the Tiger Kiro Morimine. So this is pretty good. Maybe we can get a shell into that 45 TP. I'm not really sure. Oh, there's the Tiger. What will I do? Oh, well, I guess I won't pen in because my shell's going to give me a bit of bad luck there. But there's the TP, just exposing his hull. And as you can see, armor go burr. So that's a pretty nice shot in him already. And let's see if we can get a little bit more damage out using that good speed once again, 50 km/h. I just really enjoy this vehicle. The fact that you just never need to load premium ammo is just fun. I mean, this is the ultimate free-to-play tank when you think about it. Judging that, again, that is a tier 7 heavy. And, yeah, I mean, oh no, he's got some red. What will I do? Yeet! Well, there you go, folks. I thought this would be a fun battle to do. And, yeah. If you guys enjoyed this, let me know in the comments down below. How much damage did we do last game? I know we did around 2,600 as well. 2629, 2645. So 2 pretty close battles on damage. And as you can see, this is just an absolute blast to drive. It does have downsides. As I went over, it's got literally no gun depression. But all you got to do on maps that you can't really use the gun depression is stay in the back. It's not like your gun's going to let you down. It's very, very accurate. Sitting at, where's the dispersion on this vehicle? 0.326. So quite an accurate vehicle at that. Either way, hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. I thought this would be something fun and maybe a little bit of a learning experience for some of you when you do come up against this vehicle. Maybe not to poke it. But other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.